If you've clicked on this video, it's probably because you've heard about this thing called Bitcoin. Well, the concept is so much more than just a percentage of your investment portfolio. So for those of you who are curious, but maybe a little bit wary about Bitcoin, here's a guide to everything that you need to know. In this video, I'll cover what Bitcoin is, how it was created, and where you can buy, sell, and store your Bitcoins. So first up, what is Bitcoin? Well, to put it simply, Bitcoin is internet money. It's a currency that's not controlled by a single bank or government or even a nation. Instead, it's stored on the blockchain, which is essentially a digital database. It's decentralized and verified by codes on a computer. Each Bitcoin has its own unique digital fingerprint, and by buying Bitcoin, it can be thought of as buying a spot in the blockchain, which then records your purchase publicly, but also permanently. So where did Bitcoin come from? Well, it was invented in 2008 by Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonymous person or persons whose real identity is actually remaining unknown. Many people have speculations over who the creator could be, but as of yet, nothing is confirmed. Now, in fact, if you actually Google it, an engineer with the same name will come up, but he has countlessly denied that he's the creator. Many people actually believe it's best that we don't know who created this digital currency due to the decentralized nature of no one having control or ownership over Bitcoin. So how is it still able to operate if no one knows who the creator is? Well, a 9-page white paper was made explaining the concept, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It stated the fundamental architecture behind this new money alternative, and this was shared on the internet chat system with people who also had similar visions. Now fast forward to January 2009 when the first block of Bitcoin was mined. We'll refer to this as the Genesis block. A big clue to the core fundamental reason behind the creation of Bitcoin actually lies in the Genesis block itself. There is a special message inside stating the Times, the 3rd of January 2009, Chancellor on the brink of a second bailout of banks. So as Bitcoin is anonymous, this personalized message actually tells us so much about Bitcoin, the fact it was created as an alternative to the financial crisis of 2008. Now let's talk about some of the characteristics of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what programmers would call to as cryptographic protocol, but to me and you, we know this as cryptocurrency. The protocol actually creates unique pieces of digital property that can be transferred from one person to another. This protocol actually makes it impossible to double spend Bitcoin, meaning you can't spend the same Bitcoin twice. Now, people often say Bitcoin is anonymous, but in actual fact, Bitcoin is less anonymous than cash. Supply of Bitcoin is limited to a fixed number of 21 million Bitcoin, making it a scarce asset. With scarcity considered actually higher than gold in some regard, this should protect the price of Bitcoin against inflation. One of the biggest misconceptions that you have is that you have to buy a whole Bitcoin. Actually, you can buy fractions of Bitcoins known as Satoshis. So even one Bitcoin is worth a lot. The system is still useful for very tiny transactions. People primarily buy and sell Bitcoins through online trading platforms like the one on the screen you can see now. The public address and private keys are both required to trade, sell, and spend Bitcoin, and they're imperative to keeping your cryptocurrency safe. So while you can of course do your grocery shopping using Bitcoin, its financial status is much more likely to be considered as digital gold, meaning that as most people are using it as an investment class in their portfolios or long-term saving plans. Well, we hope this clarified everything that you need to know about Bitcoin, and if you enjoyed watching this video, leave a like and subscribe to the Bitpanda channel. If you want to learn more about investing and personal finance, be sure to turn on the notification bell and you'll be notified every time we release a new video. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for more.